Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Camppatton Family Compound. It is time for Friday night on the Homestead, and tonight's topic is PFASs, contamination in the U.S. And how's everybody doing out there? Oh, I need to turn the other light on here. Get rid of all the little sparkly stuff. Alrighty, let me go over to comments and make sure I got everybody listed properly here. All right, first one in was Lewis. It's the Marshmallow Man, followed by George Washington, and currently watching from South Central Missouri State. Suzanne Galley came in next. Then Mark at Chef Tech. Walt Rogers came in. Phelan Clan Wolf is lurking from Scout Camp. Ada Nears here. Sue Me. Rebel Canners. Everybody's talking. And then Lewis fires that off. 10 memberships for you guys. Whoa. All right, Lewis. All right, so let me go over here. It doesn't show on StreamYard, so I got to go to the YouTube side to read who all got memberships. So, Checked Off picked up a month. Alpha picked up a month. Tennessee Tactical 1 picked up a month. Moon Over Miami picked up a month. King Poopaw, How to Garden, Sandra Volmer, Teresa Buchanan, Ansel, WD Glock and Roll, boom. And let's see, and Shawnee's in here. Danny's in here. Woo. And Danny's on hour 25 of a 36 plus hour fast. You go. All righty. Okay. So tonight's topic came courtesy of the Patch News System. They sent me an email on it several days ago. And it's like, oh, gross. And then I started doing some digging, and I went down the rabbit hole. But I found some good information that takes us out of fear porn and into reality. And there's a light at the end of the tunnel if you're willing to do it. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop something in here. There it went, and I need to pin it over here. So when those that have been up here before and want to come up again, there's the link. All right, so we got give it another minute or two before I jump into it. Anybody that's late getting notifications from the platform, like that ever happens. All right, double up. Hey, Mark. So, just a little update on what's been going around here today. Two of the grandsons were over here for most of the day, and they spent about an hour or so outside picking up rock cobbles and stuff. They got some big ones. They started getting smaller ones. If you saw the video over on Camppatton about the drain pit I put in for the driveway, so in the wintertime when it rains and the snow and everything, water runs off to one point, and now it has a place to go down into the ground to get to the sand aquifer that's down there from the old riverbed. And so water will go, and I won't get an ice skating rink on half the driveway. And considering the driveway is 45 foot wide, yeah, that's a big ice rink. Anyways, they were over here, and they were coming over. Oh, you want to go up, Grandpa, pick up rocks? Yeah. Thank good for little kids. They're over there. They loaded up the one big wheelbarrow, and then we loaded up the loader bucket on the tractor. And what I did is several days ago, I put the garden hose out there, and I just left it on out over that area. The water went over there, got soaked, and all of a sudden stuff started flushing down in. And filling up some of the voids, some of the gravel stuff started flushing down. And I had some big old pits out there, and we've been filling it with the big cobbles. And what's great is the water coming off the patio hits the cobbles and go down, and great, which is the way it's supposed to work. So they're helping me bring it up to level, so we have it all nice and level where it is, where we can drive off it with a tractor or the lawnmower or anything else. So that's what we were doing this morning. And so I'm going to have to go out there and video what it looks like now, but it's looking pretty good as far as I'm concerned. So that's what I was doing this morning. And those kids wore me out. Anyways, all right, so let's get on with the topic. Okay, and so the map on the thumbnail here, and the map we'll see later on, the interactive map, is courtesy of the Environmental Working Group, which actually has been getting in the face of the EPA about the limits. They're saying that the limits aren't low enough. They need to be lowering these limits down and taking more action against it. But so let's see over here. Okay. So the question you need to ask yourself, does your drinking water contain these forever chemicals? The PFAS and the PF, so there's a bunch of them that are forever chemicals that are showing up in water. Hey, Kaylin Strain. Oh, watching at the bus stop. Cool. And they're in a number of water sources. And here's Tammy. Woo-hoo.
Hello.
Hello. And let me switch something up here. Let me move you up one on the side. There we go. That way, if a comment comes up, it's not blocking your face. And Mark just puts that little raccoon up there, so since he doesn't want to show his face all the time.
Hi, everybody. All right, back to the He's waving. Hi.
So, you need to, you can find out, and I will drop the link to this article in the chat when I go to it, and that way anybody can take it and open it in another tab and go and read it for yourself. And then when I was doing some research on some stuff between the time I got the email and now, there's also a big news article on the Record back in DC.
Ooh.
Yes, they came out on it too, going lower. Yeah. Get this crap out of our water. Somebody there is an environmentalist and goes, no, we need to take this farther, and which I fully agree on. So there's very few times I really go wholeheartedly agree with certain environmentalists, because usually they go overboard. This time they cannot go overboard enough.
Yeah, this doesn't belong in our food system. It doesn't belong in anything.
Yeah. And
they'll just raise the allowable limits. That's all. Say, oh, no. It's okay at this level now. It's okay at this level now. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Read between the lines, buddy.
Yeah. So is there anything you can do about it? Yes, there is. I got some other links. There's some things to put out here as well as we get through in this. Get going on this here. So I think that's the last second. That was just the questions there. So let me take that off of that while I get the next section set up here. But I
don't know why I did that. There we go. That was weird. All right.
The chemicals and stuff. Let me see if I can find the stuff here on here. Okay, this one's not listing all the others. They're listing some of the, but it also works on the. All right, Mark. Oh, Lewis is here. All right, we're getting a community chat up here, folks. All right.
What's up, Lewis?
Angela's Homestead came in on your side. Shelly came in on your side. Tammy and Josh came in on your side.
Thank you.
So now you got the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, a raccoon, and then two faces. You're good.
All right, Mark. You can pronounce the G word.
Which one?
Glycophosphate.
Yes.
Glyophosphate.
Glyphosate, whatever. Yeah. So we're going to talk about. We're also going to include this in this a little bit tonight. We're going to include fluoride, pesticides, lead, heavy metals, chlorine, CYST.
Cyst.
PAFSs, microbiological E. coli, microbiological, I can't pronounce it, KLEBSIELLA. And so
I'd have to see the actual word in order to pronounce it.
And it's really small here. You're probably not going to make that out.
Biological,
Klebsiella, something like that. Anyways, so we're going to talk about those as well, because all this is one big gobbledygook of crap that's slowly killing us. Shortening our lifespan.
But the fluoride's good for your teeth because you absorb it through your body and it magically deposits into your teeth, right? That's how that works?
No, you're supposed to put it in your mouth and keep it in your mouth for 3 hours so it can bond to your teeth.
Yeah, and it doesn't go into your gums or your bloodstream. Yeah.
Exactly.
I did that 3-hour bond to your teeth way back in elementary school. They came to the school and did fluoride treatments and made us sit in a chair with sponges and sprayed our mouth and made us sit there. I have a lot of cavities. It did not help.
Yeah. And, cool. Jay Cutson came in on your side and shared.
Thank you.
So maybe we can get everything going here, folks. All right. So, if I drink my city water, I can taste the chloride. Yeah. Or it could also be chloramine too, which a lot of them are going to, but smells just the same as the
chlorine, bromine, bromelain.
Yeah.
All the enies. Yeah.
And that could all that stuff that's supposed to be killing all the bacteria could be damaging our teeth. And Dr. Paula and Dr. What's her name?
Her friend. Yeah, I forget her name.
I saw it today too. Yesterday.
And then also Dr. Ron Boggs as well are all saying your gut health starts in your mouth. If you're drinking these chemicals which are killing bacteria, it's killing the good bacteria in your mouth, in your throat, in your stomach, your intestines. Yeah.
And when the good bacteria are gone, the bad bacteria take over.
Yes. And that is where halitosis comes from, really.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Lewis throws up. You can't see what it is, but in the YouTube side, it actually shows the coffee pot, the scarecrow, the tent, the hot dog.
Oh,
Moon wasn't in here when he won the membership. Moon, you won a membership.
I think they figured that out because that's why they're putting in all the Camppatton family compound emojis.
Oh, yes. Okay. They were Camppatton.
So weren't we taught when we were little that the reason there's fluoride in the water is because some random bunch of people in some foreign country had the best teeth ever because there was fluoride naturally in their water? That's a
different type of fluoride.
We know that, but that's what they tried to teach us and shove down our throats, literally.
All right.
Do you know what fluoride is actually used for?
Yeah.
Okay. It has nothing to do with teeth.
Certain color pills that they put that sodium fluoride is in a lot of antidepressants and other things. Yeah.
It makes people very mellow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Calm down the population. Right. Yeah. You know what? That's another topic.
Yeah.
Someone in the side chat, I'm putting a link in there. See if you can open it in a new tab. Whether I'm going to have to post that link later into the description of this video. Actually, I can probably sneak in and do it now while we're live. I would hope, but
is that a channel? No,
that is the patch.com news network. And if someone can open
I got it on my iPad. Yeah.
So it should look like this.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Okay, good. The link works. Woohoo! Everybody, I would suggest you click on it and put on there, open in another tab.
Yeah, forward it to your friends.
You can keep it separate, and after we're done, you can go do an in-depth dive into this. All right, so some of the stuff I want to cover on here, so I'm going to take us back to us as I scroll down so I don't have all those ads popping up. Across California, you got to realize that this particular outlet of the patch is in Martinez, California. So it says across California, residents of California, I'm changing it, California, among 89.3 million people nationwide who have drinking water that has been tested positive for toxic forever chemicals known collectively as PFAS. It's also, so they also throw in a couple other little acronyms too, but they've, this is the largest group. They kind of push them all into this group just to say, like hazmat. Actually, that's what they should say, hazmat. Forever hazmat. That's what it is. According to new data from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. In April, the EPA finalized, Los Luis, a landmark water standards. And let me see, and it has a link so you can open it up. And I'm opening it up right now on my side over here. And here is the link on that one. Control C, Control V. There, it's a shorter link. There's the link for the article on the treating and stuff on limiting them. And Lewis is back. Woo. All right, let me go back over here. So, and it goes through, and here's the thing it gets. In the most recent round of testing, at least one of the 29 kinds of PFAS were found in 1/3 of 4,750 public water systems tested in 23 and 24. All right, so 4,700 water systems that were tested. Not all of them were tested. Only 4,700 were tested. And that's across the nation. According to EPA, 381 public water systems in California have tested positive for the PFAS. They have not done a fifth of the ones in California yet, at least. They're just barely starting on it. So
they haven't done 1/10,000th of what's in the country.
Yeah, they got to do thousands and thousands of others.
Which is kind of amazing because every public water source they charge an enormous price in our state, which is Michigan, to test any public water source. So, like, for instance, if the cemetery has a tap for watering plants, that has to be tested for considered drinking water, even though nobody was ever going to drink it from a cemetery. But you know what I'm saying. And
I know some kids that do it on a dare.
Okay, but they have to pay, and at one time I knew the amount, and the number that's coming to mind is enormously ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, think yourself, when they test,
it's in the tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
like
but they're not testing
$20,000
for everything. Yeah, but that's not everything.
No, but I'm just saying every public.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a campground, you have to have your water tested. You pay. Literally, it's over $10,000 to have it tested in order to supply water to the campers at that campground.
Yeah.
Okay. For a well. And yet they're not testing for these.
Right.
These people are paying thousands of dollars and they're not testing this.
Yeah.
If you go to any municipality, go to any website, municipality, anywhere in the country that has a public water supply, pull up their water test results. It's on every single website all over the country. You will find the numbers vary widely of what's acceptable. And all the things they find in there, my area is ridiculous. You get into like DC and stuff like that in the big cities, all the numbers are higher, but they're within acceptable limits. But if you live out by me, the lower numbers are acceptable limits. You have a well, if you're going to give it to the public, you got to get it tested. If it's your own well, you can send it to the state and let them test it. They may or may not give you all the information.
Yeah.
I can get into a big story with my mom up in Maine. She had her water tested locally and it was fine. She sent 10 water samples. My dog is barking at the thunder now because I'm about to get hammered here. I'm outside. But she sent her water out to 10 colleges around the country. 9 of them emailed her back right away and said, "Where are you?" Because the numbers were so out of control. And she was on a 300-foot well. They found things in her water that didn't belong. One of them called her up and said, "I don't know where you are, but I need to come and personally test it." He flew in from Washington State University, flew out, tested her water right there, brought in like all by himself, 3 big toolboxes of testing equipment, and just shook his head. Turns out her water up in Maine was coming off the same aquifer as Poland spring water, bottled water. So, yeah, there was things. She had a science experiment in her basement from hell of equipment to get rid of the things that you didn't think belonged in any water, but it was in there. So anyway, I'm done ranting. My dog's going to keep barking, and I'm about to get rained on, and you can hear the thunder.
Yeah.
Well, I live in the same state as Flint, Michigan, and we've all heard about the Flint water crisis. So I can literally walk in this state to several different stores and get a free water test. But you have to put all your information on there. You cannot be anonymous, and they won't give you the test.
Right.
Because they want to know your information, but they're not going to share they're not going to share every result. They're only testing for lead, or they're only testing for this.
Yeah.
That's not, yeah.
All right. So we have come in here. Myra Page has come in on your side.
Hi, Myra.
Then we got Ryan the Gamer is in here. Sharina Norell is in here. And did I miss Little Lone Prepper? She's saying hi to Little Lone Prepper. Little Lone Prepper might be lurking. Oh, there's Little Lone Prepper. I missed Little Lone Prepper. Sherry Vale Leather Rock is in here as well. Who else did I miss down here real quick? I'm just making sure everybody's feeling welcome and acknowledged. Okay, if I miss somebody, say, "What about me?" in capital block letters, then I will acknowledge you.
Make a comment. Make lots of comments. Then the algorithm knows you're here.
Yeah.
Your view doesn't count if you don't make a comment.
Yeah. Here's what's interesting, partially of what Mark said about the municipalities, going to every municipality. A lot of municipalities, I would say more than half of them, do not have a website.
Yeah. Ours
because
has a website, but it doesn't.
Our little city here does not have a website. I've been trying for 6 years to get them to put up a website and put everything on the website. And the last mayor was adamant the one time. He goes, "We're not going to spend the money to do that." And it's like, you can get a grant to do it. And it's simple. You've got to apply, and they automatically give you the grant, and they'll help you do the work to get the website up. But so our city water, there is nothing public on it. You have to go, at least for our side, you'd have to go to the Idaho Department of Water Resources, or Department of Water Quality Resources, and then dig through their thing to try to find basalt. And for the city across the city on the other side of the highway, you'd have to go through and look for Firth. Then you have to go.
Hey, I'll be back in a second. I got to put my plants inside.
Yeah. And there's a lot of them that are not listed, do not have websites at all because they're too small. And they go, it's not worth the hassle. Anybody who wants to come down here and talk to us, we all know everybody.
A lot of small municipalities, and I used to know this number too, and I can't remember it. My sister, if I was at my sister's, she used to be a tester for a rural water association, and that was a place where if your municipality was under so many population, they had this company come in and test the water for them.
Yeah.
And so that's what she did for a living for many years, was test water.
And that's what around here they do have stuff for small municipalities to get water tested for free. Also, when we had a PFAS with our water pressure, it dropped below so many pounds per square inch. It didn't shut off totally, so there was no backflow. There's still pressure, but it dropped below this level here, so they had to test all the water, and it's like nothing. Everything was fine. There was no backflow, no nothing, everything else. And the state picked up the tab on that. Diane Chu's in here.
Oh, hi. In the early 80s, my brother worked for a factory, and they were putting waste into the city sewer system, and it was reacting with the water, chemicals in the water. And so my brother, as a representative and the person in charge of this problem at his company, had to ask the city for a list of all the chemicals they added to our water. It was 6 pages. At that point, it was typed. There was nothing online. 6 pages, single space typed front and back. That is the point at which I stopped drinking the city water.
Yeah. All right. All right. Back years ago, 79. Yeah, 79 or 78. I was visiting up in Dickinson, North Dakota. At the time, I found out after I got sent to the hospital that it has the most treated water in the United, or it had at the time had the most treated water in the United States. I had a severe reaction to the chemicals in the water. And within 2 days after being admitted to the hospital for treatment for the reaction to the chemicals, that started happening. I was 22 at the time.
Yeah.
All right.
That's scary.
Yeah. According to the EPA, 381 public water systems, repeat that, public water systems in California have tested positive for PFAS. That's, 381 public ones that have tested positive. Now, not all of them have been tested. In the first article, I dropped the link for. You can go in there, the first link that I dropped, and from the article it has a link to the analysis of the PFAS data by the Environmental Working Group as depicted on a map. And I have that map here for you. Where is it? There's the interactive map. So let me bring that up. Okay, on this map, the light blue is above the proposed limit for PFAS contamination. The dark blue is below the proposed limit. The purple is found on military sites, and the other is unknown sites.
I'm curious about those unknown sites in my state. Obviously, you can tell that my state has been very highly tested in the last 10 years.
All right, let's go in here to Michigan. And the closer I get, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 sites that I can tell. And 2 of them are by Flint, Michigan that are unknown. So they're pulling from wells. They're not saying there could be private wells or something around that they're just testing. But, all right. You can see where my cursor's moving?
Mm-hmm.
Where do I need to go to get close to where you're at? Up, down?
No testing.
So, no testing near you?
Nope.
See, that's just
I can see where I live.
But I can tell you what some of those orange sites are. One of them is a former military site. That's why they're marking it as unknown.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, 2 of them are on that map.
And there's 2 more up here on the shoreline.
And then the one in the middle there that says Lansing, that's our capital.
Oh, that's the governor's bathroom. They tested it to make sure he was safe.
Yeah.
But it doesn't say whether it's above or below limits.
And the one on the east side, very far north, that's her summer cabin.
Right here.
No, I'm sorry, west, northwest, Lower
Northwest.
Peninsula.
Up there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's her summer residence. That's unknown.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to give you some stuff that I know as well. So I'm going to head over here first to Idaho, and they tested only one. That's going to be Blackfoot, I believe. Yeah, that's Blackfoot. Between Blackfoot and Idaho Falls, there are, let's see. Come on, show it. It's not wanting to show it.
There's only one back there at Blackfoot.
There we go. We got Firth, Goshen, Basalt. Where's Wapo? Got to get in here because Wapo has a community. It's down south there, but so there. Basalt has 3 wells located. One's way off over here. One's in town, and the other one's in town. So they got 3 wells. I'm not sure how many Firth has around, but our wells here are like at least 185 feet deep. I think that's the shallow one. I think the deep one is closer to 300.
Makes sense.
So yeah, and so our city adds nothing to the well water.
Ooh, nice.
It's so alkali, it kills everything just about, except for chemicals. But you see, so there's no testing. There's no testing for that being done here. Let's go up to Shelley. Shelley has 4 wells that I know of. No testing there. Farther out here. Okay, you got Michael, you got Cotton and Woodville community wells not being tested there. Got Gerard. Let's back it out here. Ammon has, think of Ryrie. No testing there. No testing for Heist, Poplar. Where is the other one here? Swan Valley. We almost moved to Swan Valley. Irwin. None of these communities which have water systems are being tested. Rigby is a fairly decent size, not being tested. And Rexburg, which is a decent sized city, not being tested. So let me go out here and let's go to California, since I know a little bit about that area, because I was from a state that used to be known as California. It no longer exists. It's now the Socialist Republic of California. All right, let's go in here down to all right, so we got Martinez here, and off to the side here is come on, sometimes it'll do it, sometimes it won't. How close do I got to get on it to make it do it? Okay, that is an oil refinery. Okay, that used to be the Phillips 66 oil refinery, and they've sold it to us, a newly created company. So they're doing business practices there.
Now here in Michigan, they're making Dow Chemical reseal all of the brine wells that were sealed in the 50s or 60s. Mm-hmm. They're going through and making them reseal every single one of them, hundreds of them in mid-Michigan area.
This one here, this A Street, B Street, First Street, E Street, Delta Street, this here is all military housing that was put in 3 years before they closed the Concord Naval Weapons Station.
And they have one well tested there.
Yeah, one well tested because this is the only active area. It's still military housing. Mm-hmm. Military stuff on the closed Concord Naval Weapons Station. They have to maintain a presence there. Monsanto. That's a chemical area out here. Avon is another refinery. They didn't test over there. The landfill, they didn't test there. Let's see. Come on. Where is that? Waterfront road? No, I need to come this way here. Marina Vista, Port Chicago. Here we go. All right. South Loop, Flare Loop, all this from above Pacheco and Shell Avenue here. Over here, all of this, plus all of this here is the Shell oil refinery there in Martinez. They're not testing it. They're not testing their fire reservoir here, which people go up fishing from. That thing is well stocked with fish. They're not testing that either.
Interesting.
And so, and then let's go over here to Hercules. No testing in Hercules. And there's a bunch of chemical plants there in Hercules. We go down here to Richmond, and the big Chevron oil refinery, probably down around this area here in Richmond. Not testing any of that area there.
Now,
Berkeley, University of Berkeley, right up here. They're not testing, and it has its own water supply too. Not testing it. I wonder why. Emeryville Superfund site is right. Hang on, looking at it. Yeah. Okay. So the Superfund site is right. This area here was a Superfund site. No testing going on there.
They didn't have any testing in the area of a Superfund site in mid-Michigan in 1973. St. Louis, Michigan I saw on that map, there was nothing in that area.
We got a well being tested here, and it's a farmer's well. I can tell because I know that area. That's on the hills between Oakland and Orinda. I mean, there is nothing up there but cattle, and they're testing that well. Oh, we had a well here. It comes clean. The whole area must be clean.
Wouldn't they be testing for E. coli?
Not on this one. This one is only testing for PFA, the forever chemicals and plastic particulate stuff. Oh, Oakland's not being tested. Pleasanton's tested and it's above. Livermore's tested and it's above. Another one out here is tested and it's above. Burlingame Millbrae is tested and it's below. South San Francisco's tested and it's above. Daly City is tested and it's below. Probably Brisbane is over here near Brisbane has been tested and it's above. And you get down in Santa Clara County and the Silicon Valley. This is Silicon Valley, and they got 3 above and 4 below. But Boulder Creek, Boulder Creek. I can tell you what's out here at Boulder Creek. Yeah, that's the old scout camp that tested above, and it was bought several years ago, about 8 years ago, from the scout camp, and they're growing marijuana out there. So they're using all sorts of chemicals for the marijuana. But yeah, I mean, there are so many. Palo Alto not being tested, Redwood City not being tested, Mountain View not being tested, Milpitas, Union City, Hayward, San Leandro, Alameda not being tested, Oakland. It's like yet they go off and pick on some of these little small towns out here, and it's like, and then a bunch of wells around Sack of Tomatoes. So, and you probably, someone in the side chat here, I know I've been ignoring the side chat. I'm sorry. It's all out of focus for me. I put the link, did I put the link for this one in there? Well, I'll put the link to the map itself in here. There's the link to the map, so you can open it up and in a separate tab and explore till your heart's content. And sometimes I'm going to hit the refresh on this just to see if I can get it to work right here, to do something here. I could touch it and it would bring up more information. So I'm going to hit a refresh on this. So it's going to go wacky for a second. Okay, now it's showing the former military site there, the one well on it. But yeah, it's not it. I don't know. Maybe it got so hammered they shut off maybe interactive information, because I used to be able to click on it a couple days ago, and it would give me information about the site, and it's not giving me information now about the map. Blah 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 blah. Okay, but yeah, maybe you'll get lucky and you'll find some of them that you can click on. But right now, they've stopped the interactive point to bring up all the data that was on those. And yeah, it tells a little history about it too. So, but anyways, yeah. So you guys can go check out your own area. Oh, he's back. Sorry, Mark, I didn't see you come back in.
Yeah, I've been waiting, going, hello. I got rained out. It's pouring out there. The thunder and lightning, and my computer was getting wet. I had to shut the lid and run.
Okay, I just love this. In Colorado, military site, 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 unknown site. Come on, I'm just trying to think about trying to remember where Cheyenne Mountain's at. Because I know it has its no, there's Cheyenne, Wyoming. And it's got 2 military sites. Another military site. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so let's get off the bad part here now. And let's go over to, hang on, let me switch this one here. Oh, this is the, this is the one, I think I may have put this link in already too. Yeah, I did. So this link I put in the first 3 links. So this one's in there as well. This is one of the articles. But we're going to go to this one over here. And this, I got clued into this one on Tuesday from Cold War Prepper. And hey, Howie. And so get rid of that. And so this is, he was wanting to know about British Burkefield, whatever, filters. All right. This is the British Burkefield 7-inch. They say it's 7-inch, but when you look at, try to order it, it's actually like 15 inches. Only the container is 15 inches for it. So that goes in a variety of different water systems. So if you happen to have a Berkey and your state is no longer allowing us to sell the filter for it, this filter will work a lot better than the Berkey filter. All right, and so the price for the, now each filter is good for, hang on, let me find it here. 2 filters will do 800 gallons of water.
Nice.
So, all right, 800 gallons, that's it for 2 filters. A single filter is $45. A 2-pack comes out to be $41 each. You get the 4-pack, it's $36 each. If you're a prepper, you're going to get the 4-pack or contact them and say, hey, how much is the 12-pack? All right. So what do these are? It's in the description. 2 filters, blah, blah, replace every 6 months to a year for best results. Install in the upper chamber a Burkefield system or the Berkey or the begins with an A. I can't think of it right now.
Oh, I can't.
I know Butch at I can't even remember Butch's channel over by
the Stivers use it too.
Yeah. Anyways, it works on several different water filter systems, similar to the Berkey. It includes wing nuts and washers. The two filters weigh 1.6 pounds, and it says it's 2 inches around and 7 inches tall. So the box and everything else makes it 15 inches when you try to order it on Amazon for comparable price. I think Amazon is actually a little bit cheaper. Made in Britain. Burkefield, blah blah blah. The white stoneware system, the Duke and Prince, the Queen, the King, the Baron. So, all right. So, has all the NSF and ANSI accreditations and blah blah. 42 accreditation, 53 accreditations, 372 lead content. Okay. You can click on these. You go to the life. Oh, there's the lifespan on it. Test over here. Microbiology. Caleb Silla removes 99.999% tested on 800 gallons. E. coli removes 9.9999% tested on it. All this is tested on 800 gallons. So life cycle of two filters. PFAS, what we're talking about here, removes 99.999%. Microplastics removes 99.99%. Cyst removes 99.99%. Chlorine reduction, 99.44%. Heavy metal reduction, 99.9%. Lead reduction, 99.5%. Glyphosate, Roundup, 99.5%. Fluoride reduction. You got to get a different filter for fluoride. Okay. Fluoride it has available, so I would have to go back up on this to hit the and then click on the fluoride filter, which is more expensive. Pesticide reduction, 99.44%. Herbicide reduction, 99.2%. Pharma reduction, basically drugs in the pharmaceutical drugs in the water system, 98%. Chemical reduction, 99.91%. So the worst test on here is pharmaceuticals at 98% reduction. But I know the regular Berkey filter ain't going to do this. I have to go in Zero Water, which is way better than the regular Berkey filter. Doesn't cost nearly as much as this, so I bet it doesn't do as much as this does. It was rated as the best one here in the United States. That's the Zero system. But okay, Rick Damon's in the house. Who else snuck in here? Shawnee's here. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Scrolling back up here. All right. So I'm going to drop the link for this page, but you can go back up to their homepage and come back down if you're worried about the fluorides.
And you said these will work in a Berkey.
These will work in a Berkey.
Okay.
And now, hang on here. Let me do it this way here. Highlight that. So you see what I'm doing here, folks. Amazon. Okay, for the 4-pack, it's $2.73 each more to get it off of Amazon. You're not paying for shipping. I know you're not paying for shipping on Amazon because it's Amazon Prime, 2-day delivery. So I'm not sure whether the shipping's included on the British Burkefield site or not. So, but a single filter is, hang on, is 5 cents cheaper on Amazon, and it's free Prime. And it's got a 5% coupon on it as well. So you can click on to get an additional 5% off. So, yeah. So it is here. It is here on Amazon. So you have a choice to, and you got other ones here with 5% on that one, 5% on this one, 5% on that one. So you got your, ooh. I'm just looking at, what the number is, the stock number is different on this one, and it costs a lot more.
Well, the fluoride one's $130 if you want to take the fluoride out.
Yeah, that's for a pack of 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So there are options for you, people. One of the other ones here, let me see. Should be in here. Okay. As I pointed this one here out to on Tuesday. So this is a 0.2 micron filter, and this should be the one that has the like the silver stuff lining on the inside to kill bacteria and stuff. Made in the USA. This is a made in the USA one. All right. So and let's see, where was the other? So I got to go through some of my water stuff here. Oh, and if you're wanting to reuse the 5-gallon and the 3.5-gallon jug or 3-gallon jugs, you can buy reusable caps for them too. Mm-hmm. That actually are made to, the silicone caps are made to be reused and actually seal. Because my son got a whole bunch of the jugs for free, and it's like, okay, I found where we can get the caps for it. Hang on here. All right, so zero. There's zero water, certified to reduce lead and chromium and PFOA and PFOS, and yeah. So there, the zero water has you did depending on the size you want to get, and the replacement filters. That's another option for you.
Not in my RV fridge.
Yeah. Yeah. But this is a countertop. You're supposed to fill it up, set it on the countertop, then you can fill your bottle you put in the fridge.
I have a Berkey. I just don't have a filter. So now I know what kind of filter to get, because they recalled or had an issue with the Berkey filter, so I haven't bought one. Yeah,
there's several states have banned the Berkey filters because they won't give out the things about it before the states say yes, okay, you meet the requirements, because they want to. It's our priority, or not priority, proprietary, thing, and it's like, yeah. If I had a Berkey and I'm finding that out, once I found out about this British Brookfield, I'd be switching those filters, even those are a lot more.
The FDA or whatever 3-letter or 4-letter agency said Berkey had to be classified as a pesticide because it removed certain bacteria and stuff. Therefore, it must be a pesticide. They've been fighting that in court for a while, and they can't win.
It's really unfair. It's totally unfair to them.
Yeah.
They're a wonderful company. I literally have had this on my wish list for 25 years, and I found one for $50 at a garage sale. Yeah. And I was so ecstatic to find it. It's the largest one. And I was just like, I could not drive there fast enough before they changed their mind. And then it didn't come with filters, and then I put it away. I was going to get them.
Now you know where you can get the really good filters to work in it to actually do what you need it to do.
I bought the Alexa Pure years ago.
Oh, the Alexa Pure. That was the other one. That's the one that Butch has.
Yeah.
And these
I
will work.
was not paying attention. I was too busy packing food up. But yeah, I bought Alexa Pure. I got like 6 filters. I bought a lot of stuff with it.
Yeah.
Haven't used it yet. Now my dog's barking again because I'm talking and he's not involved.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Okay, so yeah, so the British Berkfield will work on the Alexa Pure as well. Also, what's neat about it is because when you get it, it says includes the washers and the wing nut. Everybody, I'm going to tell you here's a secret. You get 2 food grade 5-gallon or 7-gallon buckets.
Mm-hmm.
You put you set it up so you drill the holes to put your ceramic filter into the one bucket and come out the bottom. You then place that with the lid on the lower bucket, and you drill the holes to match. So those fit in and kind of lock in place. You get some of the fish aquarium silicone rubber, and you put a little, make like a flat gasket around, so when it sits on there, it seals. But you don't put it on there wet unless you want to, unless you put some saran wrap down. So you put it on there, take it off, and let it set up, peel the saran wrap off, and it'll fit right back in place to keep dust and stuff from getting in there. Mm-hmm. You get one of the, go up here, back here to it so I can show you again.
I call it a tap, but that's not what it is.
Yeah, spigot.
Oh, spigot.
You get one of those spigots here. Done this with one of these on a system myself, just to have an emergency water.
Yep.
And you put your filters in there, 2 or 4 or 5, however many filters you want to put in there. Ceramic filters, these special ceramic filters. You drill your hole so it sets down. And you put the spigot in the bottom one, and then you get some. Go to a fish supply, where you can get a big sheet of some heavy duty filter material. And you put it over put it on the top. You get the lid on the top, drill a bunch of, 3-inch, not 3-inch, 1.5 holes around, a bunch of them around, put that filter over it. So when you pour the water through it, it'll go through the filter, taking out a lot of stuff before it gets to the ceramic filter, helping the ceramic filter to last longer. And you got yourself your emergency or non-emergency filtration system.
Problem you can even get activated charcoal filter matting for really large filters. So it's an activated charcoal filter mat. And they're like a 1/4 inch thick, and you can put that underneath the other filters. And just make sure you don't pour too much water because it'll overflow. Yeah. And what the thing is,
doing this yourself, the only problem is for long-term use, it's a plastic bucket.
Back to PFAS.
So if you can find someone that has a stainless steel bucket,
yep,
and you can do that, or find someone that's getting rid of their Berkey or Aquapur or one of these other ones that will take this type of filter, like Tammy did. Pick one of those up.
Marketplace.
Yeah. Oh, she's finally here. It's CB at Hugo Homestead. And so you can use some of these good filters out there that say they remove, if they say they remove over 95% of PFAS, hey, that 95% is a lot. And if you have
it's a lot better than drinking it straight out of the tap.
Yeah, and if you do multi-stage filters on it, so much the better. What I have on my counter, I've done videos on it. I think I've done videos on both channels. I have to double check if I did it over here on this one. I know I did it on Camppatton. But basically, it's a, let me see if I can find this here. CENCOUN. All right, see if I can bring it up here. Come on. Great. It's all right, what is going on here? Amazon's locked up. Amazon is unresponsive. So I'm going to exit Amazon. There we go. Reload it and try it again. Everybody must be jumping on COUN countertop water filter. There it goes. Okay. So what I have looks exactly like the Zen one here, but it's the knockoff. But I use the Zen filters, which is a 0.2 micron with a silver coating lining on it. And then it has a 5-stage filter under here with charcoal and other ceramic rocks and stuff in there. It has a mineral stone in the bottom to put back certain minerals in it because it pulls so much stuff out of the water. Of course, here I don't need to worry about it because it's still heavy. So this is what the 5-stage filter looks like over here. I'm going to make that bigger or go to that. So I get those, the 5-stage filters. And yeah. And so you get, there's an assortment of different replacement ones for it. And it comes with the gasket and the wing nut on it. And so this, I'm not sure. I haven't checked. I've got to go in and see what the, PureWell is another one of these gravity fed ones here. So, but yeah, I got to go and check and see what the total thing is now for PFAS on these filters that I've been using to see how much it takes out of here. But there are, and there's also some there are some that are ceramic with activated charcoal filter in it for the One Pro or the PureWell. And so there's, a lot of these are interchangeable.
I know for the, like the Berkey and all that stuff, just a big ceramic filter over time. I mean, before they reach their gallon life, they start to get a little clogged up or a little dirty on the outside. You just take it, run it underwater, and scrub it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because all that stuff's on the outside. And you can do that a lot of times before it's now to the point where you're not really filtering anymore. So that's why one of the Berkey or one of the Electropure filters will do like 5,000 gallons of water. That's a lot of water. And I got 6 filters, so I'm good for a while, depending on the type of crap you dump into it.
Yeah, I've done it with the Scotch Brite green scrubby pads. Yeah. I've taken my ceramic filter out. When I was across the street, when I was upstairs there, I had one on the kitchen. Well, the kitchen window shut. The morning light shined right in on where it was sitting. And after a month, it started to grow algae. And so I just take it off and scrub it off and like that. But there is a lot. There are a lot of options out there, and there are being more and more options all the time because these companies are realizing, hey, if we can say that we get rid of this stuff, we'll sell more filters.
Just watch out for the cheap Chinese knockoffs because they're out there. They're crap. They look the same, but they're super thin and they don't do anything. And they're just trying to. And Amazon is loaded with them. Yeah.
What I did discover though. There is one from South Korea that's it's cheaper, but they also ran it through all the testing here. Hang on.
You just got to make sure who your seller is because they may post things that, look, it's this one and it does all these great things and I have them on sale here cheap. Well, they're not the same ones. They're coming from China.
Yeah. South Korea is trying to be very above board with their stuff because they know if they're above board, they will get more stuff on it. But they posted that they were meeting the NSF and the ANSI requirements, and they said they posted the stuff on it for it, so you could look at it and you could check with the federal government to say, hey, is this correct? And you can go in there to some of these sites, and does this company actually pass your stuff? And they'll say, yes or no. So,
like I said, though, you still got to watch out because, I can put filters on there and post all those links and say this is the filter and post pictures, but it's some other crappy filter that I printed labels and slapped it on there until you get it home and realize this is garbage because look, I saved $40 on this. No, you didn't. You just got scammed. Yeah. So stick with name brand sellers. Don't go to some random seller and all that stuff. Find the actual companies and buy from them. Yeah, you pay $1 or $2 more. Buy those. You're guaranteed to get it right and not some cheap knockoff that looks like it's what it's not.
Yeah. On the one of the ones I got from Korea though, when it was all done, out of curiosity, I pulled out my die grinder. I split that sucker in half. Yeah, okay, it's got the silver stuff on the inside, and
Cool.
so like I said, there are some, if you and I know Amazon's been cracking down on the bottom. You go down to the down and down and down on the individual item page, and if they are posting most of them are having to post the country of origin or manufacturer on it now, so So that's the thing. If you look at it, you got to figure out what is and what isn't. Like Mark said, sometimes you get there are assholes out there. Pardon my French. That are just trying to scam. But the thing is, so you got a company like the British Brookfield, which is you're paying if you get as much as $45 a filter, or as little as 36 if you're getting a 4-pack for it, and you're getting 800 gallons for two out of two of them, or 400 gallons each. It's something to do. Now, are you going to be getting wanting to get run your pet's water through this filter? Are you going to run the water for your chickens through it? Are you going to all of a sudden you start running a lot of things? But there are other filters out there that you can get for that may not be run it to the 99.94% whatever, but they're more along the lines of 50%. But it's like you got to make a choice on how much do I want to take out. Do I want to pay for my chickens, or for my goats, or for my sheep, whatever that I'm going to food source? That's a personal decision when it comes down to the how much you're going to spend on it. And I hate to end on a note, but Homestar India is in here on your side, Tammy.
Yeah, well, animals they're a little more immune to some of this stuff.
Not really. They may not show the symptoms like we do, but if they're building up in their meat, some of these chemicals in their meat, that's going to be the problem. I'm not sure about the chemicals going through a chicken into the egg. I've heard certain stuff about the chemicals showing up in chicken's meat.
Well, Dr. Paula said that it has been transferred from mother to child in her last video about some of these, especially glyphosate.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if it can do mother to child, it can do animal to
human
if we're eating it, consuming it, putting it in our bodies.
Yeah. And some of these chemicals and stuff, cooking does nothing to it. That's the sad part. So yeah, it's kind of like this way, that way, what way. And so there is, like I said, there is hope. Some of the companies are stepping up and coming up with these filters that are doing stuff and doing better stuff on it. Now, if you're doing chickens, what you may want to do is take it to the higher level to make sure that the chickens aren't wasting the water. Like my daughter's chicks were just stepping the bowl and turning it over every half hour. They have actually, let me look, see if I'm going to look that up, because I saved it to my one of my accounts here for farm animals. There it is. Yes, I got a wish list called farm animals on Amazon. Why? Because we're going to be getting it. All right, so here. So basically, you got a go into this one here. So you got this little thing that fills up with water, so they're not going to be stepping in it, climbing in it, and it's right up where they can drink at it, and it's going to keep the water cleaner, and it's going to last longer. And so the water supply is not going to get wasted. So yeah, it might, if you have 6 chickens 10 chickens. Unfortunately, chicken math comes into play. If you have 6 chickens and a rooster, next thing you know, you got 24 chickens.
Are those? Can you put those in like some in the winters? They might freeze up, Gil.
It depends where you're at. How you're doing it now. On these, because these screw in, and there's got a gasket in there. This particular one's not showing it. One of the other ones was showing where they took it, they tapped the plastic bucket or the metal bucket. They have they have one washer there. They got another washer, put on it, put on the screw-on wing nut thing on it to hold it on to the can. That way it was sealed against the metal can, and then you set the metal can on the heating tray.
You can also get them that go into your 55-gallon buckets so that you don't have to water them every day. And if it's in a 55-gallon bucket, then you can put your stock tank heater inside and it won't melt your bucket as long as you make sure you keep it topped
off the bottom.
And
Yeah.
it will, you can then keep it, and that's the system I have planned for. I don't have it. I'm not currently using it because I don't have chickens at the moment.
Ooh.
But that
Hang
is
on.
my,
I think the only thing you
This
have to worry about is the water freezing in the little cup. If it sits too long and doesn't, because every time it goes down, they push it down, it fills it up with a little bit of water.
they
Yeah.
have the ones that are just nipples.
Yes, they have the
Oh,
nipples
okay.
as
Those
well.
are the ones I prefer to the cup.
Right,
Yeah.
gotcha.
This,
If you have quail like I had in the past, they will actually drown in that stupid cup.
Yeah.
Quail are stupid.
with this one here, you see this one comes with two rubber washers and the wing nut on it. But if the area in wherever the chickens are at indoors can be kept at, so it doesn't get any below 36 degrees, you don't have to worry about it freezing.
Right.
But let me see if I can find the other thing here real quick here. Scroll on down here because I think, yes, this is all my farm animal stuff. The water buckets. There's your nipples right there.
There's the nipple ones. Those are the ones I prefer. That's what I've used in the past.
Yeah. And then if you have the metal watering can,
yeah,
that you put up on a 4x12 block, so they're not stepping up in it and kicking stuff into it. You put that on the 4x4 block, then the metal can on top of that. It keeps it from freezing.
I've also used, and they make more waste, but I've also used those with those thick rubber feed pans for horses to water my chickens and keep them from freezing in the winter.
Yeah. So, and if you are doing the let me go back here. This is just the plastic ones. That's the feeder. That's the hang feeder. Sorry. Poultry drinker. If you're using the metal version of this, actually, I can't tell that bottom tray is metal or plastic.
That one's plastic.
The ones that I get up here in Canada are similar to that, and they're plastic.
Okay. Let's see. They show the metal ones down here. There we go. That looks like the one the one my mom has that I inherited that she was using back in '75, and it's still good because she kept it clean and stuff. This is a 2-gallon. Hers is a 5-gallon. So if you fill one of these up and you have it up where it's going to be safe and everything else, depending how many chickens you have, depends how long that water is going to last, depends whether or not it's going to be viable for you to filter the water for the chickens.
Yeah.
Then, of course, the thing is, though, if you have your own well and you're far enough away from contamination sites and stuff like that, you test your water and it comes back with really, 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 really low levels of PFAS and some of the other stuff. Well, that's makes it a little bit better as far it makes it an option of, all right, okay, so we're so friggin' low on the numbers here. or, oh, we don't even have this particular chemical at all. We don't have to filter. We don't have to worry about it for the chickens and the goats and the cows and the horses and the pigs.
I'm not eating horses. I draw
No,
the
but you're
line
right. But you're
there.
right. But you're
I am
riding
not
horses.
European. I'm not Canadian. I'm not eating my horses.
All right, all right, Tammy, I got to drop this bomb on you. My dad, back before he met my mom, so this is early 50s, had a contract with several of the casinos, the Fremont, the Golden Horseshoe, and all these ones in Las Vegas, to go out into the desert and hunt mules. They served mule steak. It was upper class.
I'm sure it is. I just, to me, that would not be. I am redneck, but I've never been that hungry redneck.
Yeah. But when I say horses stuff, because if I have a horse, that will be my pet.
Yeah.
That horse will get groomed daily. It'll get hugs. It'll get snuggles. It'll get grandkids set on it to hug it, and it'll be pampered.
Yeah. Well, my horse was pampered. It went to the chiropractor more than I have in my life. I absolutely loved it. And now that it's gone, I'll never have another one. I absolutely loved my horse. It was actually my daughter's horse. And somebody once insulted my daughter and got away with it, but immediately thereafter insulted my horse and found out that was a line you didn't want to cross.
Yeah, because your daughter can turn around and defend herself.
My daughter was only 16, and that was partially true. She was not Olympic quality rider. Okay. Nobody there was.
Yeah.
I gave her one pass. You get one pass. The second time you come at me, you don't get the same pass. That lady sat down and she never came at me again.
Yeah.
Because I love my horses.
Yeah. But so you got, for your animals, you got to figure out, how much do you need to protect your animals to protect you as well. And that's some of the things I didn't want to bring it up at this I couldn't bring it up at the last city council meeting because we were two people shy of it. The two ones that are always not showing up weren't there. And technically I found out, froze, that they basically they can be kicked off the city council if in a 12-month period they've missed 3 meetings without a proper excuse.
Oh.
And they both have missed 4 in the last 12 months.
See you bye.
That's what they're looking at now.
Snap election coming up.
And no, it's not election. It's you're kicked off, and the mayor is going to propose replacements, and the remaining city council are going to vote on it. So they'll kick one off, and then they'll kick the other one. And as soon as they swear the new person in, they'll kick the other one off. Because hey, they're getting paid for not being there.
That's not fair to the whole township, the county.
Yeah. That's not fair for those that want to be there and do the work because they care about it.
And if you don't have a quorum, you can't pass anything, vote anything, do anything. So they're basically tying everybody's hands.
Yeah. So basically, the council meeting last night was officially canceled, but we went ahead and had stuff and information was presented, but they couldn't act on anything. They couldn't pay bills. They couldn't approve the minutes from the last meeting. There was a bunch of things they were supposed to do and they couldn't do it. And basically they screwed the city. They may have screwed us up big time on the budgeting for as far as the state's concerned, because we were supposed to get things voted on yesterday to be on the agenda next month for approval. And now we can't do that.
Yeah.
They may have to call a special city council meeting and say, hey, you guys will be here or we're kicking you off for it.
Oh,
and
get them in there, vote off anyway. Kick them off anyway.
Yeah. But,
there's a reason I like you, Mark.
What? Because I make fun of everything? Or
no,
it's just
because
like,
you're just not afraid to say what you think.
You know what? Yeah. I'm too old to give a, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
I lost my filter a while ago.
Yeah. Anyway, so what I want to do is I want to get the city to find out through our contractors that work with our water system to find out about, okay, is the city water being tested for the PFAS? Is it being tested for the E. coli? Is it being tested for this? I know one time it got tested for the nitrates, and it was barely under the lower limit. It could go higher and still be under the higher limit, but it was barely under the lower limit. To be super, I think because we have so many farms around here.
Yeah.
And so I got to find out from Husk and I think Daryl's the other guy's name. Find out what they if they have done testing, what for the specific chemicals, if that was included in the test or not. And if it wasn't, then I need to get the city to say we need to know at least one time where we stand on these chemicals.
Yeah, the pesticides differ. Like I live in farm territory, and E. coli and pesticides are like the top two.
Yeah. So this chemical stuff, I really don't like doing it. And it's like, all right, I'm changing the banner. You're entering the no fantasy, no fear porn. We are not doing fear porn. We're making, hey, this is a problem, and I'm trying to present some solutions with these filters and stuff for you. This is something I think we need to address. I've never been a environmentalist, because for me, all environmentalists that I've ever met, had any dealings with, have gone over the edge on certain things and weren't addressing the really important stuff like chemicals. They were talking, oh, trees, you're cutting down trees. No, we're planting trees and cutting those trees down. Those type of idiots that can't see the forest for the trees. And it's one of those things.
Those the same idiots that said we should go to plastic bags because paper bags are killing the trees. Yeah, those people.
Yeah, exactly. Same ones. And even though the industry is saying all those paper bags are farmed wood. Trees we planted, to harvest, to do this. But anyways, if these environmentalists would pull their heads out of their canola hole and look at what really matters, and I froze, and if they put all the effort into making clean drinking water, stopping these forever chemicals, worrying about the lead, worrying about the E. coli in the water, worrying about all these other things, and not worrying about, you're planting trees and cutting those trees down, we'd be so much better off. And so, I believe in things that where we're poisoning the system, we need to take care of that. Not if we're planting trees and cutting those trees down. It's like planting corn and cutting the corn down. I'm sorry, a farm is a farm, whether you're raising corn, lettuce, or trees.
Oh, well, I just want to say, you keep talking about trees, and I'm just sitting over here chuckling because we have all these solar farms coming up by me, and they're planting.
Yeah, me too.
They're planting 2 rows of trees around them. The first one is conifers that are going to grow to be 20 to 50 feet tall, and the second are oaks and maples, all the way around on the sunny sides as well as the northern sides of these tree farms. It's like, so you're only gonna get sun in the center of this field?
Nobody ever said they were smart.
Like, do these people not like
No. Here's the plan. Here's their plan.
They're being green.
Yeah, all right. They're being fake green. They're planting the trees, but then they're going to cut those trees down later on, after because they're part of planting the trees is part of their approval permit process and everything else to get approved. Oh, we're planting trees. Okay, we're going to approve it. Well, there's nothing in about not cutting those trees down later.
In 5 years, they're going to have to cut down trees. There are only 3 of the panels are going to get sunlight anyway.
Right.
Yep.
It's like, really? Who is designing this?
They got their
follow the money.
They have their proverbial pinhead stuck up their GMO soy hole. Yes, I said it.
Yeah.
It's
And I don't think the AI will catch it.
No, not a clue. That way has no idea what I just said.
But yeah, it's one of those things. Is these chemicals and stuff. All right.
We lost Lewis.
Yeah, we lost Lewis. I'm waiting for him to come back. I'm trying to keep an eye open for him to come back in. With a lot of these problems out there with the food supply system and all these chemicals and crap in the food supply system, and then what they're doing with the food supply system itself to poison us, high fructose corn syrup, canola oil, rapeseed oil, all the ones that are highly processed. And good, I didn't have to click him. It was just a glitch, and it was just a glitch thing. He was still in. There is, some of the oils and stuff we're using were designed for. Well, one was designed as a grease for tracks and for turrets on German tanks. Crisco.
Oh, margarine. Yeah, Crisco.
Not margarine. The shortening.
Right.
Was for that. Then some of the oils were originally to be motor oils. So they are set to go for high temperatures. And to do that, they do this heating process to the oil, cooling process to the oil, which makes it toxic to humans. But hey, it's good cooking oil. So I'm devolving off the topic here a little bit, but it's all the same thing about what's going in our bodies. Is it PFASs? Is it high fructose corn syrup? Is it all this other crap that they're saying, oh, eggs are bad for you, but this oil is really good for you. Not on both accounts. And they've been feeding us a bunch of lies about things that say, oh, this is not good for you, but it turns out it's actually very good for you. Lard, tallow, bacon,
eggs,
bacon.
Oh, that's that saturated fat. What's the word saturated in there? Make it sound saturated. It's so bad for you. Either a polyunsaturated fat. Wait, poly, multi. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So, anyways, as far as the chemicals we're putting into our body, even if it's from stuff we're growing on the homestead, growing on a farm, growing in your own garden, you got to look at the whole thing. Last night in the city council meeting, reminds me, tomorrow I got to edit the video. I couldn't edit the video because I had grandkids here today. Thing came up is that they're really cleaning. The new guy they hired full time is doing a lot of cleanup around the city of stuff that had been piled up in our ponds for our sewer system. You get sludge buildup in there, and you get the tree seeds going in there. Also, you get a tree growing up out of the water that the roots are not haven't gone through the liner, but they're growing in the sludge. And they're shading it so it's not getting evaporation. So they're pulling these trees out gently and stuff, make sure they're not damaging the liner. And he's cleaning stuff up. And then he's going, yeah, we can spray this chemical around the water pumping stations, around the well houses. And it's like, so basically he listened and he goes, so isn't that sort of just like a different name for Roundup? He goes, yeah, but it's approved for being sprayed around the pump houses for the well. I told him what I'm using. I said I've switched from using the the ground clear, the spectricide stuff, to 45% vinegar. It's vinegar. It's organic. It's edible.
I'm telling you, you could do the same with muriatic acid. It'll still dissipate with water and bring it down to a percentage. Do the same thing. It's a whole lot cheaper, but it's not a permanent chemical either.
Yeah,
it's just acid.
Yeah, and that's the thing is with this. I told him, and he's going to come over Monday to look at raising my my water meter, because I had to raise the driveway to get a nice slope on the driveway. I'm raising all the thing around it. The water meter was put down way low because, anyways, so he's going to raise the cover for the water meter and everything else on it here. And I'm going to show him how well the vinegar works for killing weeds. And then he said he's going to go ahead and look into contact the Department of Water Quality Resources to see if spraying vinegar for weed control is approved near a well. And it's like, oh, wait a minute. Don't forget to tell them that the soil tests out at over 9 pH, and putting vinegar on is going to bring it back down to about a 8.5, maybe. No, 8.5, maybe. Unless you're really putting it on there, because it's gonna start
bubbling.
No, the surface is going to drop faster, but down below it's going to start reacting back and bringing it back in line. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, they'll just say that, well, it's never been tested, so we can't approve it.
Yeah, when they say that, and I'll say, yeah, I'll tell them, give me the phone number, and I'll talk to them.
No, they don't care, because they've already tested Roundup, and it's approved because it's Roundup. It's okay. Yeah. Tammy, you're on mute still.
Oh,
you don't want to hear me over here going, no.
See you later, Howie. Have a good time in your day.
Uh-oh. I gave him the wrong information this morning. I said tonight's going to be they're coming for my food one, which is why he probably popped on. He probably looked at it and said, oh, no, that's not this one. That's tomorrow night. Sorry, Howie, if you're still listening.
Yeah. Yeah, butter, lard, olive oil. Tallow is good too for certain things. Lard's good for certain things, and
but yeah, hydrogenated is just another word for it's rancid, and we don't want you to know it, so we're gonna hydrogenate it so you can't taste the rancid.
Yeah, change the flavor.
Yeah.
That tallow stuff is good when you got canned potatoes and you fry it up in that tallow stuff.
Ooh, yummy.
Yeah, the problem is they say, oh, there's no cholesterol in these oils and stuff. Yeah, but what that oil does to your body and the other reactions in your body is again, like I said, give me some lard to cook my biscuits in and to deep fry my chicken fried steak in.
Your brain is like 80% fat. It needs real fat, not fake fat.
Yeah.
Get another that. Throw some fake fat and fluoride in there, and yeah, we're stupid.
That explains a lot at California Berkeley, or Berkeley, as I call it.
Yep. They put a little extra ingredient in their water.
They have a lot of fluoride in their water and some other stuff too. Because it's good for you.
Yep. Great for your teeth.
All right. I think we've beat this horse to death here.
Hey, I love my horses.
Okay, we beat this camel to death.
Okay.
Can I go get my Carolina barbecue sauce now?
All right.
Sorry,
So,
Tammy. I love you, Tammy.
Coming up here this week. Wait a minute. This week coming up.
Tomorrow,
you're going to be in Ohio, right, Tammy?
I'm not there till Tuesday, so I can do this week.
Yeah, I know.
And
what I'm saying
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm in Ohio. I'm speaking Wednesday and Thursday.
All right, and so you're you still need to find out whether or not you're going to be able to live stream on your channel, piggybacking off of theirs,
I can. I just don't know if I have anybody to help me do that because I can't do that while I'm speaking and
Yeah, you can't moderate it.
Monitor it.
Get Courtney to do it.
They'll be there. Courtney and Dustin will be there.
And that way she can stream it to hers. She can stream it to yours. And
I haven't paid for the fancy StreamYard, just the plain one.
Well, so long as you're not over $20 hours a month, you can stream still for free.
I know. I just can't stream to multiple channels.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, it's, she can tack in, you can tack in, she can moderate both of them for you. And
yeah.
All right. So coming up here, tomorrow on Gray Man Prepping, it's fear porn time. It's they're coming for your food.
No, not my food.
They're not coming for mine.
I know. It's fear porn.
Yeah.
They don't want mine. It's not in store-bought jars with little labels on it from the store.
Yeah. Then on Monday, we're going to be talking about canners, not canning, just canners. The device, the water bath canner, the pressure canner, the All-American, the Presto, the Instapot. We'll talk about a lot of them. And Sumi asked the question, where in Ohio?
Millersburg, Ohio. It's the Food Independence Summit. If you go online, you'll see the Food Independence Summit. And there's going to be a lot of fun. And a lot of people there talking. Yeah.
And that's on Wednesday. No, that's on Thursday and Friday.
No,
Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday and Thursday next week.
Yes.
All right. So
the 19th and 20th, I believe. I have to look on the calendar.
Wednesday's the 19th, Thursday's the 20th.
Yep.
Okay. Also, so our canners back here on Camppatton Family Compound for canners on Monday. Also, Tammy's going to be streaming to her channels, and we're going to be streaming to our Facebooks as well. On Tuesday on Gray Man Prepping, are you physically ready? We're going to talk about getting the body in shape and keeping the body in shape for whatever type of emergency happens, whether it's a flood, whether it's a urban wildfire, whether it's the end of the world as we know it, whatever it is. Are you ready? Thursday night is the midnight ride, and that starts at 10. All mine start at 8 p.m. Eastern, except for the midnight ride, which starts at 10 p.m. Eastern because it's midnight somewhere else, and everybody don't want to stay up that late. Next Friday, it's the first full day of summer. What's your weather like? What's your garden like? We're gonna talk food, garden, food, plants, animals, some more. First day of summer. What's your weather look like? So everybody, check out what your normal weather looks like for the month of June. And are you hotter? Are you colder? Are you calmer? Are you windier? And that's what we want to talk about. We want to find out where we look, because I know right now we are a lot windier than have been for the last 4 years. So we're going to talk, and that's the first day of summer, and we'll see wherever it goes. We'll have more people up here. Anybody wants to come up, we can talk. Come up. Everybody can come up and talk. And so that's next Friday. I'm looking at my thing there. Okay, yeah. And then we got a bunch of stuff coming on. So yeah, we got other topics also. If anybody has a topic they want to see us cover, is you can either send it to Tammy at rebelcanners@gmail.com or camppattonfamilycompound@gmail.com. And I can share with her, and also for my Gray Man Prepping channel as well. Any topics, I've been getting some topics. I've been adding some more topics in here from emails. So if you have a good topic, I love putting it in there. That lets me know that, hey, this is something somebody's interested in.
And if you want to see Mark start posting on his channel, please leave a comment.
I'm gonna be on Gil's channel live doing a freeze drying thing again. And we'll see what happens there. I might throw it on the Chef Tech channel.
Yeah. Cool. All right, everyone. Oh, okay, numbers are dropping. We're down to 9 watching here. I'm not that how many are still watching on your side. So, everyone, remember, plant a garden, indoors, outdoors, both. Grow food. If you want to know really why, research what they're spraying on the fresh vegetables from before harvest, through to the harvest, through the shipping, and in the store.
Yeah.
You may go on the carnivore diet.
Then you gotta watch you gotta watch what they're feeding the animals you're eating.
Yeah. All right, everyone. We will see you around. Take care.
Have a good night.
Have a good
Raccoons waving.